You ever notice how the more power someone grabs, the more terrified they become? Well, that's what's happening inside China's military right now. Xi Jinping is purging his top generals one after another, like he's playing political whack-a-mole with a machine gun. These aren't just nobodies. These are men he personally promoted, men who swore loyalty to him, men who stood beside him at the height of his power. And now they're gone, disappeared. Some even rumored dead, others erased from public view without a trace. At first, I thought, like most people, that this was just another anti corruption sweep, standard CCP playbook. But the more I looked into it, the more it started to look like something far darker. So, in today's video, I'm going to take you inside the paranoia now gripping China's most powerful man, and why the world should be worried not just about a rising China, but a fragile, wounded China lashing out from within. Let's start with a history lesson. Back in 1934, Stalin held what was supposed to be a routine Communist Party Congress. But something wild happened. Hundreds of delegates voted against him. His rival, Kirov, basically crushed it. Only 3 people voted against Kirov. Now, in a normal system, that would have meant, hey, maybe this guy should take over instead. But Stalin, he wasn't having any of it. He covered up the results, had Kirov assassinated, and launched one of the bloodiest purges in Soviet history. Most of the Red Army's top generals were executed or sent to gulags. It gutted the military right before World War II. Millions would die because of that paranoia. So, why am I telling you this? Because Xi Jinping is showing the exact same behavior, minus the mustache. The key difference? Stalin at least had real opposition. Xi doesn't. And that's what makes this even scarier. Let me take you back to China's 20th Party Congress. Xi breaks precedent, goes for a third term, kicks out any potential rivals, gets 100% of the vote. Total control, total dominance. By all logic, this should have been his moment to relax, coast a bit, consolidate with calm. Instead, he doubles down on purges, especially in the military. Generals vanish, rumors of suicide, headlines about investigations, and every few months a new name disappears from the lineup. And here's the kicker. A lot of these guys were Xi's own picks, his protégés. So what gives? Well, I think Xi is trapped by his own success. He's climbed so high, he can't afford to trust anyone. And because he never served in the military, never wore the uniform, never commanded in the battlefield, he rules by fear, not respect. The result? A military that looks powerful on paper, but is rotting on the inside. Let's not forget what else happened under Xi's watch. The zero COVID nightmare. Whole cities locked down. People starved in their apartments. Elderly people dying alone in quarantine camps. Economic activity frozen. Youth unemployment through the roof. Officially, everything was under control. Unofficially, I've heard first-hand accounts from people in China, people I trust, telling me it was just total chaos. Quiet, censored chaos. And I think Xi knows the damage he caused. Deep down, he knows the numbers were fudged. He knows the COVID lockdowns hurt the economy more than they helped. He knows millions suffered because of his bad decisions. And what do insecure dictators do when they have wrecked their own legitimacy? They deflect, they double down on fear. They find new enemies, real or imagined. And for Xi, the military has become both the hammer and the nail, a tool for control and a threat to his throne. Imagine you are a rising general in the PLA. You've done everything right. You've played by the rules, you've kissed the right ring, followed the script, maybe even like helped Xi clean house. And then one day you're gone. Not because you failed, but because you succeeded too well. And this is the culture Xi has created, one where no one can rise too fast, shine too brightly, or build too strong of a following. It's not just about royalty anymore. It's about appearing royal and nothing else. Competence doesn't matter. Initiative, dangerous. Charisma, fatal. The irony is, this kind of fear kills the very thing Xi needs most, a strong, flexible, modern military. But that should still worry us, because a paranoid, declining China with hypersonic missiles and a grudge against the West, that's not a country you want making decisions under pressure. Now, I want to bring up another comparison, not Stalin this time, but Mao Zedong. After the Great Leap Forward, when tens of millions starved, Mao was humiliated. His policy had failed catastrophically. So what did he do? He launched the Cultural Revolution, turned China upside down, sent mobs after intellectuals, party officials, even kids beating up their own parents. It wasn't about ideology, it was about control. It was about distracting from fear. Sounds familiar? Xi's zero COVID policy was his great leap moment. And now the military purges, that's his Cultural Revolution 2.0. He's clearing out anyone who might question him, not because they will, but because they could. And in doing so, he's weakening the very institutions he needs to keep China stable. So here's what I think. We spent so much time talking about China's rise. We forget to ask what happens when it stumbles. What happens when a leader consumed by paranoia starts attacking his own power base? What happens when the generals are more scared of their boss than they are of their enemies? What happens when a wounded, angry, insecure China starts looking for someone else to blame? This isn't just a purge, it's a warning sign. And the world should pay attention before the fallout spreads beyond Beijing. If you find this breakdown useful, hit that like button and subscribe. I've got more coming on the inner workings of China's leadership and what it actually means for the rest of the world. And let me know in the comments, do you think Xi's grip on power is strengthening or cracking from within? And I'll see you in the next video.